Welcome. For those who don't know, my name is Reverend Amoja Tajabu. I am your host for After Naked Truth. I want this show to resurrect the historical reference of the griot. The griot in African society was the elder that kept the oral history. It helped us to know how what happened yesterday influences and informs what's happening today. Because if we don't know what happened yesterday, we will be confused about what's happening today and what we need to be doing for tomorrow. The truth in African society was known to be an impeccable dresser. The truth one day was walking down the street. And as you know, on that African continent, that sun can get high in the sky and it can burn people. This day, the sun was scorching hot. And truth was getting very hot. Truth was dressed to the nines. But anything that you know about the truth, if you tell the truth, sometimes the truth is not feeling good. But you know always that lie is an ugly thing. So truth on that day was walking. And truth saw a pond. Truth, being hot, said, Lord, I need to get in that pool. And so truth began to take off all of his clothes. As he was taking off his clothes, truth did not know that he was being stalked by a lie. That lie was envious of the truth's clothes. And as the truth was taking off his clothes, that lie was watching. Truth took all of his clothes, jumped into the pond, and started to skinny dip. As truth was skinny dipped, the lie snuck up and stole the truth's clothes. The truth jumped up out of the pond and started to chase that lie. What we had was the naked truth chasing a well-dressed lie. I'm here to tell you today there are some well-dressed lies running around here. And we're going to get into those. But let me tell you right now, if there are any immature people in the room, get them out of the room right now, because this is an X-rated program. The truth will not have on any clothes. So if there is someone that's in the room that's adverse to the truth, get them out of the room. Because we're getting ready to deal with the naked truth. As you know, there is a Democratic convention that just was held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this convention is being held at a very historic time because the first black president is on the verge of ending his presidency. Just like the first black president is on the verge of ending his presidency, we have a woman on the verge of becoming the first woman to hold the presidency of the United States. Our beloved Barack Obama has served this country well. He's had problems all through the picture. And now we're looking at the first woman, Hillary Clinton. And if we're going to look at Hillary Clinton, our history dictates that we know who she is. Who is Hillary Clinton? To help define her, I want to use the words of Michelle Alexander. Michelle Alexander is the author of the new Jim Crow. Who was Jim Crow, or what was Jim Crow? Jim Crow was a set of laws, actually a culture that caused white people to push the storyline that they were superior to us as a people. They even used their religion to say that God ordained us to be subservient to them. Michelle says Jim Crow was the name of the racist caste system which operated primarily but not exclusively in southern and border states between 1877 and mid-1960s. Jim Crow was more than a series of rigid anti-black laws. It was a way of life. Under Jim Crow, African Americans were relegated to the status of second-class citizens. Jim Crow represented the legitimization of anti-black racism. Many Christian ministers and theologians taught that whites were the chosen people. Blacks were cursed to be servants, and God supported racial segregation. I'm saying I agree with Michelle Alexander. There is a new Jim Crow. And Hillary Clinton is at the forefront of implementing this caste system. But in order to know Hillary, we need to know her husband, Bill. Bill Clinton was the 42nd president of the United States of America. Bill, when he took office, wanted to implement or was the standard bearer for the New Democrats, a group that firmly believed that the only way to win back the millions of white voters in the South who had defected to the Republican Party was to adopt the right-wing narrative that black communities ought to be disciplined with harsh punishment rather than coddled with welfare. Just weeks before the New Hampshire primary, where where he was running, he went back to his home state of Arkansas. Back in Arkansas, they were getting ready to execute a young man, Ricky Ray Rector. Ricky Ray was given his last meal. Ricky Ray told the people he wanted to save his dessert till after the execution. He was not mentally competent enough to understand that, man, they getting ready to kill you. And once you die, you ain't gonna be eating no dessert. But Bill Clinton went back to show that he was tough on crime. He went back to oversee this death of a mentally ill person. Bill Clinton was not a friend, because I'm anti the death penalty. I don't believe that the state should be killing anyone at this point. championed the idea of the federal 3 strikes and you're out. Clinton had more people locked up because of his presidency than any other person in this country. But what we need to do is look at Hillary. How does she stand on this? Hillary supported Bill. Hillary, in her words of show, and we can show those words right here.
Not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel. And
as you can see from Hillary's words, she says black people are of a super predator class. Black people need to be taught how to heal. Well, I know something about training dogs. When you train dogs, you teach dogs how to heal. You command them, heal. That means get in behind me. That means know your place. That means don't you think that you are equal to me. You a dog. And Hillary used that language to talk about young black males. She used that language. She said that we were of a super predator class. That means that we were born to prey on people. Hillary Clinton, in her own words, you heard it, says that we pretty much are less than human. Now, get out of the... If there are immature people in the room, get them out of the room now, because this truth is naked. This truth will not have on any clothes. We're getting ready to strip them clothes that the lies stole from the truth. We're getting ready to strip them right off that lie. These lies cannot continue to be told. And in order for us to understand where we are, we've got to understand where we've been. We've got to understand who Hillary Clinton is. Hillary Clinton actually called us to be less than human. You saw her words. I didn't say it. She said it. And it is time for us to understand that she is not worthy of our support. Now, I say, Ajabu, Reverend Ajabu, you are against women. No, no, no. I am not. I believe that this country should be open to anybody who can handle the rigors of running the country. The opportunity for a woman should be there just like the opportunity for a man. I am not anti-woman, I'm anti-Hillary. I say that there should be a woman in the White House. I'm just saying that that woman should not be Hillary. When you look at the Democratic Party, the biggest voting bloc in the Democratic Party is people of African descent, you and me. If we don't support the Democratic Party, then the Democratic Party on the national level can win nothing. Why would we support a woman who actually believes that we are less than human? The story goes on. As Hillary was running against Barack Obama in 2007, 2008, right before the South Carolina primary, there was a lot of pressure for her to get out of the race. In May 2008, the New York Times ran an article that said, Hillary, why won't you get out of the race? She responded by saying that my husband did not win his election until June. And as we know, in June, when Bobby Kennedy was running for president, it was in June that he was assassinated. So why would, in her mind, she get out of the race in May when in June something could happen that could take Barack Obama's life? My Lord, she spoke death over our brother's life. She said that I'm not getting out in May because in June he might be dead. When it was brought to her attention that Barack Obama is the man who has ran for president, who has had more death threats than any other person that has ran for president, it seemed like, I'm not going to get out of the race because there's an opportunity that somebody might kill Barack. And even though Hillary was running behind, she says, let me play my card because somebody might take him out of here and I can win de facto. For us to support her says that there is something wrong with our thinking. I'm very concerned that we, as a people, would support someone who has taken these type of positions against our people and our beloved Barack Obama. Hillary has spoken, and she's saying that she's our friend. Well, I'm saying she's telling us a well-dressed lie. People are concerned about, let's not get Trump. Well, Trump, what he does is he feeds us doo-doo. And I'm being nice. Y'all know what doo-doo is. He feeds that to us straight. You know that when Trump talks, you can say, look, this is doo-doo. But Hillary will take that same doo-doo, sprinkle some brown sugar on it, and give it to us. And we'll eat that and say, oh boy, this is good. But when you get past the brown sugar, you still got doo-doo. I'm telling you, we got to quit eating that stuff. It's time for us to start generating our own food. We don't need to be voting for the lesser of two evils. We've got to start generating the better of two goods. And that's going to cause for us to start thinking for ourselves, doing for ourselves, and quit looking for others to do that which we ought to be doing for ourselves. It is time for us to grow up. I look at the convention and I look at our beloved sister, Michelle Obama. And Michelle, such an elegant woman. She acquits and represents us well. She has told us time and time again, just through her eloquence, that she is someone for us to hold in high esteem. And she spoke at the Democratic Convention. And I had to reflect because Michelle, in her words, really spoke highly of Hillary Clinton. She said that Hillary was the person that she would like to have for the security of her children. Let's run that for me.
And I am here tonight because in this election there is only one person who I trust with that responsibility. Only one person who I believe is truly qualified to be President of the United States, and that is our friend Hillary Clinton. I trust Hillary to lead this country because I've seen her lifelong devotion to our nation's children. Not just her own daughter, who she has raised to perfection, but every child who needs a champion. Kids who take the long way to school to avoid the gangs. Kids who wonder how they'll ever afford college. Kids whose parents don't speak a word of English but dream of a better life. Kids who look to us to determine who and what they can be. You see, Hillary has spent decades doing the relentless, thankless work to actually make a difference in their lives.
You've heard Michelle. I got to question my sister. How can you have faith? How can you ask us to support Hillary Clinton when Hillary Clinton spoke death over your children's father? How can we be mentally healthy? And yeah, I can see forgiving her. Yeah, we ought to forgive. And if I be perfectly honest, if someone spoke death over my children's life, it would be hard for me to forgive them. Hopefully I would grow to that extent, but it would be hard, very hard. But if I did forgive them, it still would be hard for me to support them. Hillary has never came out and said that she was sorry about what she said about Barack. She made a statement after it was brought to her attention that she had spoke death over Barack's life and his campaign. She made a statement that she was sorry or concerned or taken aback that she had spoken adversely about the Kennedy's death because she was concerned about Ed Kennedy, who one of the Kennedys that was going through some medical problems at that time. But she never, to this day, has apologized for speaking death about Barack's life. I am very concerned, and I don't think it's mentally healthy for you, Michelle, who Lord knows I love dearly. Our people love you. Our people probably love you more than they love your husband, because you have rock steady. But to guide us now to support Hillary after she has spoken death over your children's father's life, your husband's life, what's up with that thinking? That's not mentally healthy. That is a lie walking around as a, well, it's a well-dressed lie. That's what I'm trying to say. It has stolen the clothes of the truth. And my sister, they are using you to hoodwink and bamboozle our people. Quit it. We cannot continue to allow other people to support us or get us to support them when they want to do something detrimental to us. People are saying, well, you just mad because Bernie Sanders got beat. Well, I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. And yeah, I was not happy that he got beat. And now Bernie is coming to the forefront to say, well, y'all need to support Hillary. Well, Bernie, what happened to the revolution? supporting you, the idealist. We were supporting the ideal. We were saying that the how things continue to go have to stop. You were the voice that was saying that the way things are going have to stop. Instead of us looking out for the welfare of Wall Street, we need to start looking out for the welfare of the people on Main Street. Now, you're trying to get us to support Hillary, who is Wall Street over and over again. We're not going for Wall Street. And if you have capitulated and continued to go with her, we can't. Ted Cruz, he refused to endorse Donald Trump because Donald Trump played the dozens. He talked about Ted's wife and he talked about his father. We refuse. We're not going to continue to look at a well-dressed lie and accept it as the truth. No. The impeccable dresser, the thing that looks good, is the truth. The truth, no matter how tough, always looks better than a well-dressed lie. So we're going to continue to talk about the truth, because it is the truth that will set us free. So I implore upon you, our people, to stop embracing those well-dressed lies and return to the truth. Our history will tell us where we are so that we know where we need to go. This is 1 a minute. I will be back. Let the truth prevail.